All right, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Off the Clock. Today, I'll say is a special day because today I have a new host with me. She's very unfamiliar to all of you. You probably would have never seen her before, but she's a person that's very dear to me. She's my own big sister, my only sibling. So, everyone, welcome Tepiso, my big sister.
Thank
Everyone
you.
could clap. I don't know who doesn't want to clap, but yeah.
Thank you.
How are you, Tippy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, bro. I'm
That's
great.
good.
So it's a breath of fresh air to see you here. You're sitting next to me. You're doing this with me. Not that my old partner wasn't a great person.
Oh yeah.
It's just that you. I feel like me and you, we just bounce off each other just like that. But I guess that's because we're siblings. But yes. So the reason why my sister's here today with me is because we have a very special guest here today. Someone you've never seen before, someone who's larger than life, someone, okay, I'm joking. He is larger than life, but you have seen him before. It's our dad. I don't know, should I say it's Peter Mehlape? It's weird for me to say you.
Just stay with
Yeah.
Dad. That's fine. I can live with that. Yeah.
So, Dad, how are you today? How do you feel about this whole thing?
I'm good. I'm feeling very good. I think this is a very special event, to have my two favorite children, my favorite daughter, my favorite son, interviewing me. I'm very much looking forward to this discussion.
Okay. So,
Oh.
I guess today is it's a family affair, right? We
Yeah,
could
it's
say
a family affair. And I'm glad to be here.
You're glad.
I
You were
didn't
nervous.
think I didn't think I was gonna get a seat at the table, but
Here you
I'm
are now.
glad
Here
I
you
made
are
it.
now.
I made it. I am a favorite child. I made it.
You're at the boys' table now.
Okay, cool. So we wanted to kick off the episode quite differently this time. We wanted to do it with a game. So the game is Would You Rather? And you have to choose between either option A or option B.
Okay.
They're all like work-life balance type questions.
Okay.
Spoiler, no,
So
they're not just one.
so we'll do 3 now, and then we'll do a couple more towards the end, just to break it up.
Cool. That's different.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let's see what you say. So would you rather work forever or chill forever?
I'd rather work forever.
I knew
I
it.
think
I told you.
I just
I told you.
once you found the work that you really love, like that's intertwined with your lifestyle, I think you don't want to stop. I'd rather work until 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
No chilling, just working. Okay.
Chill, I always find a way to chill. There's no way that's
No, but in this situation, you can't chill. That you're just
all right.
like-
I'd rather work forever. I'll work forever
Okay.
for you.
Okay, the second question. Would you rather have more time or more money?
This is easier for
Uh,
me.
I'd rather have more time. The biggest problem is in life, I'm in healthcare. The biggest problem is when you're young, have more time, chilling around, no money. It's like so strange. I have the right amount of money, and with more time,
Yeah.
life, it's forever.
So
Okay.
you're choosing more time.
More time.
More
You know.
time.
The thing is, like a lot of people these days, life expectancy is so high. Some people live until 90, 100, but they have time, but maybe the quality of life is not there because they can't do things that they need to do. But with AI and everything else that is impacting life positively, more time means good life forever. So you will still find, I think, watch the space. Maybe in your time, they're going to increase the retirement age to 70 because people live so long and healthy. And that's a good thing, because these days people have family sizes are smaller,
Yeah.
1 or 2 kids, whereas some of us, many siblings. And as a modern things, you need longevity. people to live forever.
Would you rather have a great job and a terrible boss, or a terrible job and a great boss?
I'll prefer a great job and a terrible boss. The boss I can manage. It's about the social skills and connecting. I mean, let's face it. Very few people are lucky to have a good boss. A good boss means you're all aligned, you think the same, you agree, you go for lunches and all that.
They're always
And
looking out for you.
Yeah, they kind of have your back. They talk for you in those boardrooms, closed doors. But, those things you earn over time. If I have a good job that I can be at my best and deliver, even the bad boss will start liking me. Think about it. I mean, we kind of a football family. And I've seen a lot of football players who are have not so great social skills, not likable. But once they start banging those goals, everybody loves them. So think about it. Bad boss who can change them into a good person. Once you're delivering the results, I think that they better be good.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. The wild card is, and I'll give some context to this one. But would you rather eat mince forever or chicken schnitzel forever?
None of those.
You have to
Don't
choose.
like.
You have to
There's
choose
no
one.
none. You have to
You have to
choose.
choose. one.
I'll take chickens.
So
Like,
context
Mom, I hope
is-
you're watching.
The context is my dad hates both. So
Yo, he hates.
cool. So I'll hand it back over to you.
All right, then. I guess, Tippy, thank you. That was a good icebreaker, especially the mince and the chicken schnitzel. So, what we like to do with the guests, as you know, Dad, but you're a guest this time.
Yep. I am.
Give us before we get into it, give us a quick, brief synopsis of who you are as a person.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be brief. I'm a very humble businessman and a family man with married with kids. Very happy. I work hard. There are four things, maybe three, that I advocate for in life. One of those is diversity and inclusion. The second one is youth, wanting to see people like you, going to the next level all the time. The third one is, kind of a woman involvement, woman inclusion, women empowerment in the workplace. I think companies and businesses that are led by women, they have more heart, they thrive, they succeed, and the dynamics are different. And the fourth thing that I advocate for is Africa. I think Africa, it's, I don't want to say it's going to be the next China, but Africa with the population that's going towards 1.5 billion people, most of them are under 25, young. The workforce is going to come from Africa in the next 10 to 20 years. And the market is Africa, full of minerals, full of everything else. If you just get it right, open the borders, have high speed from Cape to Cairo or to Morocco, or even Nigeria, Abuja from here. That's what I advocate for. Four things.
Do you think that your humble beginnings, or did you think that your humble beginnings would inform those things that you advocate for, given where you're from? Because I feel like a lot of people maybe don't know where you're from, and they just think, oh, he was probably born a CEO. That's far from, I guess, the reality, right, and the truth. You are from humble beginnings, so I just wonder if you ever thought like where I'm from kind of now informs the diversity and inclusion having come from a home where there's like, I have a lot of sisters, and seeing how, opportunities either were closed for them, or they couldn't access certain things, like,
Yeah,
to
look, I
what
mean,
extent?
I think a little bit of that, but coming from a family of 10 kids, it's it just teaches you how to share, how to collaborate, how to survive, you know, and also to get your social skills right very quickly because you you know I mean, I look at you, although your siblings, your personalities are completely different. So if you're 10 with different 10 personalities in the house, if you're a one sibling, you kind of learn how to navigate through that environment, even though it's so contained. Plus, you still have cousins, and extended cousins and cousins that you don't even like, but you have to deal with them. It's family. And did this inform me? I mean, inform a lot of things. Yeah, I mean, a little bit, but what I think is I always grew up kind of wanting to make impact. I didn't know what that impact was. I just wanted to help people. I grew up wanting to be a fireman, fire people are burning, put it off.
When did that
And
dream go away?
um, yeah, I think after high school, but already I kind of that time tried a lot of things, a little bit of sport. I wrote and directed one drama at high school and played it in my school and other schools. You know, then I wanted to be a bit this creative person and do that. And I liked it so much. And I was telling my parents that I wanted to do this. It's like, you crazy? What is this? You want to play forever? Uh, and in my time, I
Sounds
mean, way
familiar.
back was was like you need a job that's got a title: doctor, nurse, policeman,
Fireman.
fireman, truck driver. Those are the jobs that you have to choose from. So, but I'm just glad that I followed my heart, my passion, and go with it and pursue my dream that is changing all the time. You know. So, and I don't think where you come from, it's kind of a barrier to what you can achieve. Judging from the number of guests that we interviewed together here at Off the Clock, most people come from unusual places, like you didn't see them coming. So, I mean, for instance, I ran this Metronic CEO breakfast at work, and the last interview and guest was the CEO of Investec, Fanny Titi, who comes from a family of 14 kids. And when I asked him and said, look, is this what you always wanted to be? He said, no ways. I mean, I grew up in a farm in the Free State. There was just, I just couldn't see beyond being a tractor driver in the farm. That was going to be my best. And look where he is today.
Apart from your movie collection, because I know you're going to say you collect movies
I do.
and collect music.
Yeah.
What else do you do to de-stress? And how do you manage stress?
I manage stress by obviously kind of having moments like this, like deliberately saying I'm going off the clock. I like collecting wines, as you know, and I try them. It changed my mood when I try them, and get better. I've been kind of learning to write things and creating stuff. As you know, I have a bit of a producer and a creative mind and view. So when you collect movies and watch them 20 times, you see things that you don't see the first time, like the costume. Sometimes they do a movie in the 70s. They bring, the fashion, the town, and everything else like those days. and I kind of see that, and that kind of helped me to, you know, um, produce things or approach things in a different way, and it just helps, sometimes you'll be presenting to a very reserved and dull audience. Maybe that's hostile, and you need to bring some of the movie scenes, but customized to your reality. I mean, I remember um, I was doing this presentation about a project, and people were like dead and listening, like, but the minute I started making example and say, this is like marketing, it's like place, price, distribution, and all that, these are top end products. You have to decide where you're gonna advertise them. This is not Zambak. And everybody was like, Zambak, because a lot of people do know Zambak, especially if you're black. You know. So they help me in kind of looking at things differently, be more creative, and especially when you see a character that can play a priest or a policeman or a gangster. Like that transition and change is just, think about it. Sometimes I think about how do I show up in a meeting or in a place? Do I show up as a priest, policeman, gangster, or businessman?
Figuratively speaking.
Yeah, kind of a variation in terms of the tone and the temperature of the discussion. Where do I want to pitch it? Is it gonna be, hot and heavy or nice and gentle?
What's your favorite movie then?
Wait. We are your children.
Do you wanna answer?
Let's guess.
Do you wanna guess?
Let's
Okay.
guess.
I think analyze this.
Ooh,
analyze that.
That's a good one. I would say, what's that? Is it Training Day? The one with Denzel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
Like, you need to pick
Yeah,
which movie because Analyze This and Analyze That are two different movies.
Okay, well, either or. Maybe analyze this because it was the first one.
I mean, there's a difference in the movies that I like and my favorites.
Okay.
So I like those movies, but they're not my favorite.
Okay, so
So-
what is-
Oh, I know which movie's your favorite. I know, it's Carlito's Way, nah?
I like Carlito's Way, but
Dad, come on. You took mom to see that movie in the movies, and you still watch it and talk about it to this day.
yeah, there's kind of a sentiment to it in
Yeah.
terms of when we started dating, going to the movies, we went to watch Carlito's Way, but it ends there.
Okay.
So my favorite movies, I mean, there are two movies. One is Finding Forrester.
okay.
It's such a family movie, but also the main actor in the movie kind of describe who I am. Represent me, kind of where I came from. I came from nowhere, and Finding Forrester, that young man who kind of coupled and started working with, the professor, the writer, and learning how to write. As a black kid, he got a sponsorship to like top school, and they just didn't expect him to write so well and do well, and I can associate with that. And also Denzel Washington's first movie, Anton Fisher's Story. That's a very powerful story, where you know the story, right?
Yeah.
When he was an orphan, I think he was put in a orphanage home. They never came back for him.
You touched on the stress, so let's go on to the sleep. And I'm not gonna ask how you sleep that because I know how you sleep. You're probably one of the the heaviest and easiest sleep. Like, I remember there was this one night I could hear you sleeping so well. you were
Good quality of sleep.
good quality of
Not,
sleep. So how did you? Were you always like this, or you got to a point where I know the trick of having good sleep? Because I feel like everyone at home aspires to be able to sleep like you. Like even mom was like, "Ugh, your dad can sleep so easy. Yeah, it's like 5 minutes on the pillow and he's already gone."
I'm sure you figure that out. I don't go to sleep unless I'm going to sleep. You know, I try to live my life and work hard. When I go to sleep, I crash like hard, like you know. And it's getting better. Now I get so tired. I sleep my 6 hours. As you know, I don't go to sleep before 12. So
Yeah.
I try to target 1 a.m. or 12:30 because I'll be reading or doing other stuff or catching up with work, trying things. I'm not a morning person, so don't
know.
wake me up
We know.
unless I have to go. Actually, this week I had to catch a flight to Durban 6 o'clock. It traumatized me. Like, like by 9 o'clock, I had 3 cups of coffee trying to get back on my energy, But ask me to have a drink at 11 p.m.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know.
For those, just a fun fact, we'd like get home from work or being with friends, and my dad would be awake waiting, and that's when we would catch up at like 11 sometimes or midnight, and that conversation can go on until 1 a.m. So we know your slots.
We know. At 11:15. Hey, Tots.
Or come downstairs. Let's chat.
Let's chat. That time, our clocks don't work like yours, so we're like, wow.
Sorry.
Okay, so the perfect sleeper in the house, I guess. You're I don't know. You should write a book on sleeping. That the way it's so easy for you, but I guess it's a gift that we haven't inherited from you. So,
But-
maybe will get the gift.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe will get it.
But just on that, right? Because you were saying you are working up until that point, until you're tired. How does that affect your mental health? Because if I did that, by the time I hit the pillow, I'm like wired, like thinking, oh my gosh, maybe there's something I missed. Maybe, yeah. So I need time to detach from work and then sleep. And that could take that's about like 3 hours that I need to detach from work. So don't you ever need to detach in order to manage your mental health, or like how do you manage it?
Often I sleep late, not because I'm doing work. I do stuff that I like. Like
Okay.
I'll be watching the movie that I like, or trying to research something that I like. Like before we started the podcast, there's a lot of work that went behind the scene to see, what's the angle, how we're gonna do it, and all that. I do a lot of all that stuff. That stuff relaxes me. It doesn't stress me. But I mean, of course, I'm not gonna sit here that I'm saying I'm perfect. There are times when I work until 1 a.m. work, because sometimes my work, wants that. But actually at work, some people know, because they try to email me at 12 midnight, and they saw me reply immediately. I was like, oof.
Damn,
Like,
terrible.
never do it again. Okay, reply. By the way, don't forget to send this and that. Like, I'm done. I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
I think, some people work late occasionally, and they send emails not to disturb you late. They think everybody's like sleeping. Don't assume. Some people, and don't judge me that because I sleep late, I don't sleep enough. I need 6 hours, and 6 hours is good for me, and I do a lot of things that I like. That kind of relaxes me, make me feel at ease, and listening different type of music, and also um, watching things like cooking. Even though I don't cook, I'll send it to your mom. It's like, oof, this is like great. You should try it, type of a thing.
What was the
Uh,
feedback on that?
Very good feedback actually. I realized that your mom, when I send her stuff about cooking or things that I know she'll like, she may not respond immediately, but she takes the time to say, oof, that recipe or that stuff that you send, I think it's fake news. I don't believe it. Like, you know, so it's doing stuff like that that, relaxes me, put me at ease. I'm less nervous. My mood is just at ease. There is nothing better than doing what you like for like hours, like in your zone. That's why I like my iPad so much because I can like shift from movies to music to researching stocks and companies, how they evolve, or you know.
Yeah.
So those things are like I think just keeps you informed but balanced. You know.
You've traveled a lot, Dad. I say this with confidence because I've seen you travel most of my life. You went to a lot of places. A lot of the time when you come back home, we're like, did you bring us presents? Did you bring us gifts from these places?
Do you know
Some
actually a fun fact? Sorry.
fun facts.
I keep
Okay.
thinking of these fun
We're
facts.
gonna call you fun facts now.
When it was 9/11, Dad was in the US, right?
I was in Canada.
Oh, you were in
was in,
Canada. Okay, I was in grade 3.
In Montreal.
Felt like one thing at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wasn't it
it
like
was.
4?
We were watching the whole thing on TV, and they were like, "This is in the United States," and then I was like, "That's where my dad is." So yeah, that was hectic. But anyway, sorry, I digress.
That
Go
was
for it.
crazy.
My dad used to travel
That
quite a lot.
From when we were young.
Uh-huh.
So, out of all your travels, and I'll put this question in the way you like putting it. What is your favorite place you've traveled to worldwide, and then what's your favorite place you've traveled to within the continent?
So the kind of continent and the world, some places are so romantic, and until you go there, you don't see that. But my favorite city that I liked, and I went there again and again, not for holiday but work, just kind of a fate and destiny, San Francisco. It's And I've also been several times to San Diego, but San Francisco is so much like Cape Town, which is my favorite place or city in Africa, on the continent. Cape Town is in the continent, right? So
Last time we
that's
checked.
that's exactly. They're so similar in the sense that my love for wine, Napa Valley. You go to the wine farms that you guys did when you're small, and but then they also have Alcatraz, the prison that
Yeah.
also was in the movie and all that. So a lot of very similarities and all that, and.
It's like the African version and the American
Exactly,
version.
but also the climate, even in the middle of the winter, is still better, and it's also it's got a very it's just so similar to Cape Town. I mean, maybe not good food like Cape Town, but American food generally is not the best. Uh, but the also San Francisco has got a kind of a big population of gay people as well, and a lot of people parading and all the time, and it's just so hilly and a bit, But there's something about it, romance. I mean, I remember I found myself in San Francisco on Valentine's Day. That night, I just went shopping and I stopped to eat something. It's like it was just so different. I mean, different, good, but educational. It's like okay, yeah, yeah.
I just wanted to get your thoughts on this. There's a big trend around 4-day weeks.
Okay.
What
if
are
you're
your
going to work forever,
if you're gonna no,
if he's going to,
hypothetically.
hypothetically,
But what are your thoughts on that, on 4-day weeks?
Look, I mean, I think companies are trying, it's a good gesture. Companies are trying hard to keep the work-life balance. I'm kind of a big supporter of work-life balance, but don't be fooled. I mean, big companies have to deliver the results. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, can you do what you used to struggle to do in 5 days in 4 days? You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, I'm not gonna go for one to the other. I mean, I kind of a big supporter of people development, happy employees, and all that. But let's be realistic a little bit, you know.
Mm.
Um, so if you can, and it works for you as a company, you do it because you know the 4 day week sometimes create a lot of unhappiness depending on the scenario. Like, my company where I work, I got a white collar, blue collar, everybody in COVID. When we stayed home for almost a year, some people woke up and went to work in COVID because of the nature of the business.
yeah.
How were they feeling, those people? They're feeling unloved, and they were there every day of the week. Some departments like 24/7. It's like, people are like, oh no, I can't go. So um, if you can do it, I mean, you work in an environment where um, it's white collar is easy, you can do it. But where you got a mixed workforce of blue collar, white collar, where some jobs you can't do them remotely, you have to think about that balance because you don't want to create, at work, sometimes people call it Santon and Alexander, like Soweto and Santon, kind of a situation. Try hard to balance it. So for me, you can give me 4 day week, but it just doesn't matter at a certain level of your career. They give you 4 day week, but 7 day work.
Yes.
So you feel good that you got 4 day, but you have to stay at night working.
Yeah.
So I rather have the work-life balance. The big thing is work environment is about mental wellness.
Yeah.
Most of I think Kathy asked a question in one of the interviews, like who's looking after my dad, because most of the mental wellness is about everybody else except some executive or CEO or MD. Who's looking after those guys? You feeling unhappy, moody, phone this number, take a day off and this and that. Who's looking after the CEO? Who's looking after the executives when things are not working? Because every business has got a bit of a, crisis plan. What's the example? If we short of a product that's needed to save life, or not even life. I mean, I think 2 Christmases ago, McDonald's was running out of fries. And you think people will just say, no, it's just fries. Customers who are addicted to those fries were pounding the desk and say, I want my fries. And if you're the CEO of McDonald's, you must go find the fries.
Yeah.
Where are you going to find the fries? And who cares that you're not mentally well because you're finding fries?
Yeah.
So think about that. It's like, yeah.
Interesting.
Imagine Papa at McDonald's. Where are my? All right, so I'm gonna close out with the rest of the would you rather, so we end on a nice light note. So I guess this is my turn to ask you the would you rather's, Dad.
Sure, go ahead.
So, would you rather go into the past and meet your ancestors, or would you rather go into the future and meet your great great grandchildren?
A little bit of both.
There's
You
only
can't
one,
choose
Dad.
that.
There's only one. You're either going forward or back.
Actually, my ancestors. I remember my grandfather when I was small. I think he was already wearing long pants. He was kind of a fashion guy, even way back. Like, you know, he said,
Is this your dad's dad?
yeah,
Or-
my father's father.
Yeah.
He said they were, the first black people to wear long pants. I don't know,
Maybe in
but
the area.
but I kind of remember and like that story. He was quite a dresser. Even those days, he already had a pink shirt. Imagine.
Oh, so this is
So-
where you got the pink shirt idea.
So that because of that, I think I'll rather, go check my great
Grandparents.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So, would you rather say everything that is on your mind or never speak again? Think about that.
Yeah, I'm just taking the time. Yeah, look, I'll rather say everything that's on my mind. The way is gonna land soft because it's not so much about the what, it's how you deliver in the message. I've been around long enough to know. I'd rather speak my mind, but don't be reckless. Don't break hearts. Don't hurt people. Just, say things right.
I think for me, you'd never hear me speak again. Eh?
Oh, really? Are you just too honest?
You know me. I think I just never say anything again, but that's me. What would you do?
I would also manage the how, but I would speak. I need to speak.
Yeah.
Like I need to, I need
You
to
do.
interact and engage,
I
and
think we're similar.
yeah. Sometimes I have just so much to say, so I'll rather speak forever, but just learn how to manage how I say it.
Actually, I remember at primary school, we went to one of the parents' evening at the Freeway Primary, and they said, "Look, she talks a little bit too much."
Yeah,
You know,
I
it's
was in
like,
trouble.
So this okay.
I actually
They
didn't
started
go to
from
break because I had
'Cause
to
you're
finish my
talking.
work. Yeah, in break time.
you. Oh,
Anyway,
you're a naughty child,
it's
man.
not about me.
Okay, the last one. Would you rather explore space or explore the ocean?
I think space. I really think space. I actually, that I'm in YPO. In fact, there's an opportunity to go have the first meal in space. If you can afford it, there's a price tag on it.
Tippy,
Like,
go Leon.
So, I'd rather go to space. Thank you, Mr. Elon Musk, a South African guy who kind of made it much more easier to go to space. Yeah, if I could afford it, I'll be part of that group that's going to have the first meal in space.
Never be the first. In my opinion,
Because the first could always be the last.
Yeah, be the second group.
Yeah, I'm just brave. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, so you'd rather not. Okay, but I feel like it's a would you rather, but I also just feel like wouldn't you rather go check what's in the ocean because we know what's less about the ocean than we know about space.
No, there's fish in the ocean. We know what's in the ocean.
That is such a surface level way of look. We know there's fish in the ocean. That's what I'm saying. That's the 5% about the ocean that we know.
I think I've done everything else I wanted to do in the ocean. I've gone snorkeling. I've gone to Great Barrier Reef. I've got no interest in oceans. Take me to space.
Okay.
Nice.
I guess you guys are the same. I'd like to know about like the past of the earth, and that's the ocean and the ground, but that's fine. Parting shots or closing statements, as you put it, Dad. Do you have any closing statements, Tepi? We'll come to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our guest first.
Yeah, look, I mean, I just want to thank both of you for inspiring this off the clock talk. I know the off the clock crew have been kind of pushing us and saying, do this. I enjoyed it very much, looking at both of you, how, happy you are to spend time with me, and how different you are as well as my kids. But yeah, I wish we could do this often. Now that you kind of, you know, fully grown, it's quite hard to spend time with you guys. And I'm really sad and remember the times when you guys were small and I was coming home, you like jump at me and like, Daddy! Like, now I'll come home, it's like, who cares?
Quiet.
Who cares? Go back, eat your dinner and work. Work.
You're making this sound a lot harsher than it actually is. Eh?
But it's about also living for the moment because sometimes I think about those moments. They went past so fast for me. And not because I was traveling a lot, but, they're gone. They're not coming back, And I miss them a lot, when, we could have ice cream and chocolate sauce on it and like easy stuff.
I feel like I'm a pioneer in this family because without me, there wouldn't be this talk of ice cream and chocolate sauce in our family.
Fair.
It's like
Yeah,
a trendsetter thing, like they had with the airpods.
Because I think you're very unhappy. Ice cream made you happy. And we had to make sure that you're happy because if you're happy, you grow up well.
True.
Those are my parting shots. If you can bring Daddy, I'll take it.
Maybe we'll tell Amu to do that. It's like, Kulu. We get
Cool.
Amu to do that. Tepi, closing statements. Your first time on Off the Clock, not even as a guest, my partner in crime.
No, it
host.
was amazing to be here and to do this with you guys. A form of spending time, but also getting to know you a lot more because I already know you. I think a lot of it just really confirms who you are as a person, the jack of all trades, and just feeling like you don't have to be one thing, even though you are the CEO of Matronic. You just don't have to be one thing, and I love that. Happy to be here. Hope I come back. Hope I am the CEO next time that you interview me.
Okay, become a CEO.
But yeah, cool.
All right, so I guess what are we gonna call this? This was our Off the Clock special, I guess, the family affair. Thank you, Tepi, for being here. Dad, thank you for allowing yourself to be interviewed. To me, thank you for being here, I guess, because no one's thanking me.
No, thank you.
I'm
Thank
joking. I'm joking. So everyone, remember to like the video, subscribe down below, and we'll see you on the next Off the Clock episode.